let's take a little road trip. We'll call it the Tour of the Americas. We'll begin in the southwestern United States, head south into Mexico, and then continue down into the country of Peru in South America.
Along the way, we'll check out the footprints left by a few earlier civilizations. We might stop in Arizona and visit the ruins of Canyon de Chelly, for example, home of the Navajo and the ancient Anasazi.
After that, we could scale Mayan ruins in the Yucatan Peninsula. We could then wrap things up at the ruins of the lost city of the Inca, Machu Picchu.
On our journey, we'll discover that over the years, archaeological finds have helped researchers piece together much about the ancient civilizations that once lived in the Americas. Each find has provided a window to the past.
As this next CNN report shows, a recent discovery high in the Andes has opened that window a little wider on the Inca civilization of Peru. What was the discovery? Well, here's a clue. It's over 500 years old, but it only looks 13.
She is affectionately called Juanita by those involved in her discovery. Located last September on the peak of Peru's Mount Ampato, she is the first frozen pre-Columbian woman ever recovered. Even the First Lady marveled at the condition of the teenage mummy, frozen intact by the ice on the 20,700-foot summit.
It took my breath away when I saw it. I've seen many mummies, but this is just extraordinary.
Dr. Johann Reinhardt, her discoverer, calls the Ampato Maiden the find of the century. Also located were two other mummies. They weren't nearly as well preserved, though, because they'd been struck by lightning sometime over the centuries. All were buried in ceremonial garb with numerous artifacts. It gives invaluable insight into ancient Incan culture and dress.
We were able to see the actual way they wore their clothing 500 years ago for the first time, and you can actually reconstruct exactly with models and so on how they dressed. A noble, a woman who has very fine clothing, it's much the finest ever found. And with the other burials, we were able to find out the exact way in which they were buried.
Doctors at Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland, used a CAT scan and computer technology to find out how Juanita died. About 13 years old at the time, the young girl fasted, was drugged or intoxicated, and then killed by what is believed to have been a club blow to the head. She was offered as a ritual sacrifice, probably to the mountain itself, which the Incan people revered.
The most exciting thing was when we looked at the information, we could see the fracture of her orbit, the skull fracture, and the fact the brain was displaced from a bleed. So we were rapidly able to determine why she died.
Juanita is also making cyber history. She'll be the first mummy featured on National Geographic's new website that goes online in 1 month. Browsers will be able to re-experience the mummy's discovery and Reinhardt's race to get her down the mountain before she thawed out, giving the 20th century a one-of-a-kind glimpse into an ancient and sometimes brutal culture. Kathleen Koch for CNN, Washington.
Juanita has definitely opened the window on Inca culture a little wider. Thanks to her, researchers now know how Inca nobles wore their clothes and how they were prepared for burial.
With today's high-tech research tools, there's no telling what other secrets Juanita may one day reveal.